Right, welcome to day one of sorting my life out and building the steel shed. As you can see, we've jumped straight into it and we're getting stuff done. This is the Yardmaster series. So anyway, hopefully it'll be an interesting time lapse and I'll run you down any problems that we encounter. Okay, so all the walls are now up and it's actually looking a fairly decent size, I reckon. Certainly enough to do small scale work anyway. I think the only thing that we may want is a bit more height. So I wondered whether at some point putting a course of engineering blocks all the way around and maybe raise the height slightly might be a better option. One thing I will say from a security point of view is that these tiny little screws, it's not going to take any half wit, a screwdriver, and just take a panel off and break into it. So the workshop isn't going to be security for my kit inside. But another option is, which I think I definitely will do, is I might actually take the screws out, drill them through and then pop rivet each one. And looking on the forum as well, on Amazon, I noticed that a couple of people had actually done that. And another thing that they do is on the roof put some silicone to stop any of the weather coming in that possibly might seep in through the screws. But it's a given that with these type of sheds that you're definitely going to get condensation. That's something that you're just going to get without a doubt, because it's a conductive metal material out in the elements. Okay, so we started putting the roof parts on. That was simple enough to do. We're just assembling now the trusses. And I decided to bring the brazier inside just because it's getting rather chilly. Now, believe it or not, this is one of my first ever design and makes that I did at college. So there's a bit of riveting, a bit of bending and stuff. So anyway, let's carry on. You can probably see that one of the reasons why I chose a metal workshop is to make it fireproof. Of course, having a wooden one or a pallet wooden one just wouldn't have given me any kind of security on doing metal work. So having bringing a brazier in here certainly taken the edge off. All the white walls are reflecting the heat really well, so we're able to carry on a bit longer. Obviously when the roof goes on we can't have this still going because we'll get smoked out. But yeah, it's getting very dark very quickly. Okay, so we're halfway through February now, so the evenings are getting a lot lighter. It's not as wet, it's not as cold, it's not as windy. So I'm able to kind of crack on now in the evenings. Instead of doing the pop riveting, which I really wanted to do, I've actually gone a step above that. And I've now gone for the stainless steel button screws, or bolts really. And what I've been doing is driving them in using a little Allen key, which I basically had to cut so I could use it in the drill. So stainless steel, obviously, to give it outside weather resistance, but also it's going to be hard to undo a panel. If I can explain, I've got these little nylon nuts, so they grip hold of the thread much better so they don't come loose. But also, if someone was to try to undo this from the outside, it will just spin and it won't actually come undone. And being stainless steel's a pain to drill as well, so if someone did want to try and drill through them all, that is also going to be extremely difficult, which means the security of this place is going to be a lot better with these and should last longer, and means I can take it apart simply enough with some help with someone on the inside holding a little spanner on everything. Another good thing that I've discovered is these drill bits. These are made by DeWalt, But I don't know if you can see that on there, but it's got like a little step on the tip, and that is excellent for drilling through sheet metal. Sometimes drilling through thin sheet can be really problematic, but this stuff just wants to eat straight through it. So I really do recommend these high quality drill bits from DeWalt. What I don't recommend is buying these for doing big thick bits of steel, because you do blunt drill bits eventually and you can resharpen them yourselves quite easily enough, but I don't know how I would go at resharpening that. So once this is done, it's done basically. Let's get a few more panels on, shall we? So now it's time for the doors or the door furniture, and what Yardmaster have supplied me with are these plastic handles. Now for security, I don't think plastic is terribly good, so I'm going to do away with these, and instead I've got these, which are stainless steel drawer handles from some old IKEA furniture. And I think these will be a lot better, and I've put this little bit of steel as a backing strip as well to make everything a bit stronger, because this is very thin sheet steel. It needs something to kind of hold it together a bit. So let's attach these in, shall we? So as you may be able to hear, it started raining, so now I feel quite happy that I can work in the dry. But what I do need is some light so I can work in the evenings, and so I've wired together this board. Now this has got some room on it for a consumer unit, but for now I'm going to work off an extension lead. So it's going to go off the extension to a switch, to the terminals, which then split it into these four transformers, which then will run strip lighting. Reason I chose strip lighting is because I've used them before and they really dissipate the light really well. It lights up the whole place without any kind of glaring spots, which makes it good for filming as well, if anything. But anyway, I'm going to attach this on and then we'll start rigging up the strip lighting. I'll show you what that looks like. So I've just this moment finished installing the LED strips, and it looks fantastic if I'm honest. But the if you can see on these sides, the LEDs are pointing away and they're diffracting around the workshop, which works perfectly. These central ones kind of need something just to shield it from the camera, just so it looks a bit nicer. So what I've actually got is some of this cable ducting, which was only £2 a length. So if I put that figuratively up there like so, that should cap it off quite nicely. So I'm just going to create some brackets for that and tidy up all the wiring that I've just done. So I don't know why, but the lights were looking very purple on camera, but they're not purple in real life. It's actually very kind of bright white colour. So it must be something to do with the lens of this particular camera. But the good news is I'm potentially getting a brand new camera soon, just because one of my old sculptures has sold. So a massive thank you to Dick Quinnell, who is the father of Lucy Quinnell, who owns the Fire and Iron Gallery. And I've got a few pieces there still, and this particular one that Dick had bought is my fox sculpture, which I'm going to show you now. So I have a very exciting new video about to come up, and that is about me visiting Brian Russell's forge. Now, if you don't know who Brian Russell is, he's just been nominated a gold medal in blacksmithing, and that is a massive statement, because there have only been, and I think he's the 7th one since the Worshipful Company of Blacksmiths started, which was in the late 14th century, I do believe, but don't quote me on that. And a gold medal is awarded to those who have contributed a significant amount to the craft and to encourage new people into the craft and to support new courses and developments and all those kind of things. So it was a real pleasure to meet Brian, but I also got to meet the other gold medalist, which is Mike Roberts, who has really supported me personally in my journey as a blacksmith and has helped many others, and also other amazing smiths. The things that were created on that forging day were amazing. So look out for that next video. But for everyone who's supported this journey so far, everyone who's commented on the links below or gave words of encouragement to me, I just want to really thank you, because it's you guys who I'm continuing this for, really. If you'd like to help support me further, please do visit my Etsy shop and buy something little. I have very affordable things, including these lovely bottle openers that I really enjoy making. So if you guys want to see me make more of these, then please go ahead and order one, and that will pay for me to be able to do more extravagant work that might not necessarily make money, but surely makes very good YouTube videos, and I will be teaching throughout all of them also. Do like, subscribe, share to encourage this channel, and hopefully I will improve it and to forge a life worth living. Take care. See you soon.